Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along to what is a very, very hot and warm UK here. It is just over 30 odd degrees at 7 o'clock in the evening, and this is going to be a hot one with an hour and 10 minutes around Bahrain for the first round of the Prototype Trophy series here in Le Mans Ultimate. Hello, Ass Turbo. Hello, everybody else who's joining in here in the chat. Hope you're all good. Hope you're having a good week. And indeed, Mondays are a good day for racing. Couldn't agree with you more on that one there, Ass Turbo. This should be an interesting race, this one. It is called the Prototype Trophy, but we are driving the Ford Mustang GT3. It is a multi-class series. So we'll have to deal with the multi-class traffic coming through, but we'll also have to deal with rain and night conditions here at Bahrain. A little bit unusual. Obviously Bahrain kind of being out in the Middle East, out towards the desert, and it being a wet race, but it should provide for some interesting action around here, because in the practice session the LMP2s weren't that much quicker than the GT3s in the full rain, or at least some of the LMP2s that I saw in the little practice server. Other ones towards the front of the field may be a little bit quicker, as we are in split 1 of 3, so obviously we're in the more competitive side of the field here in this series. Hopefully they'll be a little bit quicker in the wet, but yeah, in and around all the corners the GT3s seem to be slightly faster than the LMP2s were in the wet conditions, so that's going to be an interesting one to contend with. Hopefully we can have ourselves a good race though, and qualify somewhere nearish at the front, and see if we can get ourselves a good race. As mentioned earlier, it's an hour and 10 minutes is the length of the race. The qualifying should be about 10 minutes or so, so I'm just double checking settings here and there just to make sure that we've got enough fuel and all that sort of thing. Ready for our session, which is going to be going ahead and coming in now. So let's jump into the server. Hopefully you can see everything there, and the stream all looks good. Indeed, it is raining here in the qualifying session as well, so we're going to go get ourselves out onto the circuit. Try and get some laps in fairly early on. Have I been sunbathing? No, not today, but I have recently been on holiday to the US and obviously got a bit of a tan out there, so that's probably why I'm looking a little bit more brown or orange than I usually do. Coupled with the fact that it is very, very warm. Starting to get a little bit of a sweat on already, even with practice. It's probably not helping matters either. But either way, let's get ourselves out onto the track and try and get ourselves a decent banker lap in here somewhere. Obviously not this one because it's our out lap, but hopefully we can get a good qualifying position ready for this race. Just obviously have to contend with these wet, damp conditions. Black screen, is your monitor dead? Give us a second here then. It's still black. Maybe pointing to the wrong screen, and indeed it is, so apologies for that. Now things should be a lot better. I know why that is. It's because they'd unplugged the DisplayPort cable from the PC to plug it into my work PC to do some work testing here on the ultra wide, and obviously plugging it back in has messed around with the OBS settings a little bit. So that'll be why I had a black screen initially, but now we should be all good. Alright, I'll turn my headlights on. Alright, so we've got about 4 laps worth of fuel. And indeed, rain in Bahrain makes for some interesting conditions. Track is a little bit wetter than I was anticipating, so we'll have to dial ourselves back a little bit. Feels really quite bad at this point. Feels like we're locking a fair amount. Quite a bit of oversteer as well. Looks like Project Cars 2 random weather. In a way, yeah. I mean, it's not totally unheard of. They do get rain out in Bahrain. In fact, I'm pretty sure one of the, it's either this year or last year, F1 pre-season testing had some rain. You can see the track is really starting to glossen up a fair amount. Floodlights starting to reflect on the surface of the track. It feels so painfully slow in these conditions when the track is this wet as well. Well, we're going to be well off of that for the first lap, that's for sure. P7 currently, but there's plenty of time to be found. Actually managed to nail the braking point this time, which is going to help us out a ton and gaining a whole bunch of time. Although 212 almost seems a little bit too good to be true. I don't know. Then again, I've not really worked too heavily on the setup for this car in this race. So maybe they have tweaked some things and got a much better setup. Obviously, there's a whole heap of time just gained there. So just need to try and convert on this. And we'll get ourselves up a whole bunch of places. There we go, 2.5 gain. P6, lovely. No, round she goes. Right, we should be able to squeeze one more lap in if we are ultra conservative with the fuel. So we're going to cruise on round here on this lap and then go for one last flying. Nope. Nice and sweaty here too, Dov. How's it going, mate? Hope you're not getting too hot in the current heat wave that's in the UK. So yeah, just trundling on around, just trying to make sure that we've got enough fuel for one more attempt here. Yeah. See, I don't even have aircon. I've got a little fan that's kind of down at my feet, somewhat pointed up towards my body, but still very, very warm. Right, hopefully we don't have to lift and coast. It might be very, very close and very, very tight on the fuel front. See if we can gain another position or two. Oh, way over the apex. Nope, car's gone. Well, bail on that idea then. P6 is going to be our best spot, which isn't too bad. Live and deal with that. Let's just double check my fuel. 0.79 first stint. So we'll go with that. Alright. Bring the music back in. I shall very quickly go for a wee. So be right back 1 second and then we'll have the race.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Damn. We've dropped down to P9. People getting some quicker laps in there at the end. Right, I think wet tyres are the way to go. Other people are starting on wets. Here's the setup that is going to be using for this race. Be a little bit more aggressive, I reckon. Some more things to tune and whatnot, because I've not spent a huge amount of time practicing. But yeah, you can see the forecast there up in the top right. So it should be good fun. Just outside the top half of the grid. Hopefully, we can have ourselves a clean one and work our way up through the field. Alright. That's on. And we are underway
Formation lap
into
has started.
formation lap. Alright, here we go. We are nicely in position and don't have to worry about catching up. I want another song, so we're getting ready with the green now.
Green flag, green flag.
There we go, underway racing. See what this race has in store for us. There is the corner. Oh, a little bit of argy-bargy. Seems like there's a couple of cars struggling. Almost four wide up in front. It's going to end in tears. There are the tears. Back into the position where it started. Hey Michael. Indeed rain. How's it going? Oh, they're a little bit off the track. Struggling for a little bit of traction too. Picking up some positions. See if we can close in on the guys up in front. And they need us to have it. That was a good start. Pretty happy with that. We've got a little bit damaged front and rear, but it's not too bad. Yeah, nothing there to actually repair. Just good. It's nice and steady with the throttle in these very wet conditions. It's been nice to smooth with the car. Looks like we've got to measure over some of the people in front. It's nice holding fairly good ground with them. Pulling away very nicely from the cars behind as well. Lamborghini's getting quite happy, trigger happy with the throttle, struggling for traction in a lot of places. Almost as quick as P1. Still just trying to be nice and smooth. Let these guys fight and battle it out. And pick up positions off of that. Try and see if I can find a way past these guys fairly quickly, because their battling is going to slow us down a fair amount, I think. Probably should have committed to that move a little bit more. There we go. Now I just need to pull away from that Lamborghini as quickly as possible because they were running deep in a couple of the braking zones. And obviously I don't want them running into the back of me. Oh, locking the wheels under braking. Indeed, Macau's full wet race. GPU is a 4070 Super. Running at 64 FPS at the moment. .4080 Super, sorry. Door corrected me there. Damn, down in the 14s. Yeah, we're creeping up towards 80 FPS though, so things are spread out a little bit more. Purple sector 1. That's back marker, that's up in front in the BMW. Damn, we're really in 4th position. One of the someone spin or disconnect or go into the pits or something. So I thought we were in 5th. It's still raining a little bit, but it's easing up a lot. I would like pass, please. Thank you. So we're going to close up on P1. P2 that disappeared. Gotcha. Thank you. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure there was more cars up in front. And then someone went poof. Definitely feels like I've got the pace over the cars in front when we have the clear air. Especially now that the rain has stopped, so the track is going to start drying. P1's starting to pull a little bit of a gap now, I think. Gaining about a tenth on the car in front, if that. Well, they are making mistakes. Just helping us out here. And then P2s are still quite a way off before they get to us. pardon me. Again, only marginally quicker. I think it was all that final corner, that final sector. Otherwise, it seems like most other places have got the measure over the BMW in front. Thank you, Dot. Kind of motivation I like. Well, that's a mistake by him. So kind of keeping pace with the top two. They're not really pulling away. Only by 10th or 2 on each lap, but this BMW in front of us, they keep making the mistakes that they are. Keep eating into this gap quite nicely. Just hope that we don't have to try and fight and force our way through. So obviously I don't want to lose too much time. Nearly got the drive off the corner I wanted. There we go, fastest lap of the race. I don't know why, Dor, but I'm reading all your messages in Ricky's voice, the Ferrari race engineer that Hamilton has, and Carlos Sainz used to have. Definitely stronger in a number of these corners. I think he's getting very good traction coming off the final turn. Oh, that's a mistake by them. Here we go. There we have it. Thank you very much. That's quite smart driving. Trying not to lose too much time, although missed the apex there. Oh, a little deep. Right, let's try and hunt down these cars up in front. LMP2s are starting to catch the back of the GT3 field now. So in a few laps they are going to become a factor, and obviously I want to be losing as little time as possible with them coming through. Indeed. Locked and loaded on the cars in front. Looks like it's starting to rain again. Car's feeling good, despite that damage. Got on the throttle too early there. Again. Copy, copy. This one should get us on the start-finish straight. Should be good. Already costing us any time. Lost a little bit of ground to the cars in front. I think it was the last lap. That final corner wasn't great. Lovely. Catching us in all the right places. If these guys could get a little feisty trying to pass the Porsche in this middle sector, that would be great for me. Instead they're being patient. That wasn't ideal. Definitely feels like the track is also getting wetter. Oh, that MP2's fine. I thought they were going to touch there in turn 2. Still side by side. Ooh, deep there. Alright, need to get back on this. Try and get back on the pace. Oh, it's getting warm. Very, very warm. So I'm going to pull away from the BMW again. A bit wide there. Ah, 6 more laps. Wide again. Not good. Oh, one too many. Oh! Ah, that's back marker. Getting excited there, seeing a Porsche. Damn. And of course, spinning again. Don't need to refocus. Throwing away time here. I'm trying. Quite difficult when it is this hot. Not what I wanted. This is the worry as the rear of the LMP2 field starts to come through the pack, as they don't pass quite as quickly and clean or as patiently as the front guys do. And they go for riskier moves. Oh, they're all in the pit lane anyway. Oh, that's giving me some breathing space to the BMW behind. So grip levels in turn 1 seem pretty good. Other places not quite as... a bit more slippery. That was completely unnecessary. I don't have to let you through. Just holding my line. B1 and 2 into the pit lane. This is good. This gives me a better idea as to what they're doing in terms of fuel. I reckon 32% as my pit strategy calculator was saying. Yeah, 35-36% they've gone with. A lap less should be about 32-33%. Alright, here we go. Nice and easy into the pit box. Oh, that was a good focus stint, first stint. How much time we'd have. Here goes P1. P2. So, regained. Hopefully the track continues to drive from here on out. So it felt like pace of the car is there in the slightly drier conditions. Not ideal. Porsche's lost a little bit of time, half a second or so. That leading Porsche is just continuing to pull away. .209. Nice lovely half second there. More of that. On each lap would be great. Alright, just gotta remember, these lower traction control settings are gonna generate a little bit more rotation from the rear. Just gotta keep it in mind. Dry line starting to form now as well. Might be a little bit too late for me to do anything here with this drying line. And the car coming good in the end. Finally down into the 209s. Still a little bit too wet just to be getting a little bit later on the brakes there. It's too late in the race to be considering dry tyres. Now the track is drying and the tyres are going to start overheating. But less than 5 minutes, it's not worth the pit stop. Yep. Gonna try and keep some pressure on. Wait. One station with the cars behind. Easy. Good chunk of time regained on that lap, but a little bit late in the day. The question is the leader going to get us before the line? We do have the fuel to go. So that's not really a concern. Just obviously if they do pass us before the start-finish line, then it's an opportunity for the car in front to chill and relax. Oh. Tried to take the tight line there, but didn't slow the car enough. Well, that was frustrating. Right on the racing line. That's why you don't try and let people through on the in the corners. Right, last lap of the race then. This has been a good race. Good start to the season, despite the difficult conditions. With it being very, very hot here in the UK. Sweating like absolute crazy. Compared to normal at least, anyway. Pardon me. Ah, there we go. P3, round 1. Lovely stuff. Curious as to what could have been if we started a bit further up the field. Oh, come on, there we go. Whee. Very, very warm now. Ah, that was a good race. Did enjoy that. Alright, I'll take a look at the at those results. And we'll take a look at the replay in a minute as well, because the first stint was very good. Thank you very much, Jensen. Come on. Because I've got that unlocked. There we go. How many points did we score? 256. Not bad. Not bad at all. Beaten by 2 Porsches. Well, expected to be first. I'm probably the highest rated driver. But at least we gained rating, which is nice. Take a look. Yeah, judging by other people getting large amounts in S2, and me only getting a little bit, and the fact that I was the #1 car as well, I think suggests that I was going to be the highest rated driver. This is the thing, I don't really know. I'm just terrible at qualifying. It's universal across all sims. I almost feel like I'm a bit too much of a momentum driver, and for whatever reason I can't extract the pace immediately out of the car when I need it for those qualifying laps. So yeah, I just always struggle, no matter the sim, with qualifying, and I pretty much always end up going forward in the race. So I don't know. I almost feel like I need to approach a driver coach or something like that, and spend a couple of hours with them to see if there's something that they can tell me to help sort things out. Because otherwise, I'm at a loss as to what to do. 29 degrees outside. Still, it's not worth opening a window as of yet. I've basically had the windows closed pretty much all day, as well as the blinds, because the air outside is hotter than it is in here. So trying to keep that out rather than laying it in and heating up the internals of the flat as well. I think tomorrow is going to be very much similar sort of temperatures and conditions, so doing the same thing again. Oh dear. But I just got something in my eye then. No, it's not. Even there, it's not great. The same thing is here. Qualifying probably 5 to 10 places lower than I should be. Pretty much every single race. So that seems to be about the average that I gain in the race. Oh, there we go. There may be some cars behind us that aren't appearing, but this was the race start. Did play it very, very cautious here into turn 1, seeing people going 3, maybe 4 wide. Little tap there, but nothing with that. Spun. Yeah, there's a couple of cars in the background. There's a nice bit of space on the outside here. Ooh, BMW going in. And then, yeah, I can see this unfolding. So yeah, trying to use that space that was there in front of us. Yeah, it's not quite as esports. Not yet, at least. There's obviously a lot of very, very fast drivers and some esports drivers as well who do race in LMU, but it's not quite as established yet. It seems like AOR certainly seems to be a very, very stacked grid. I'm trying to remember where all the damage came from. Might have been in and around here. I mean, the damage that we picked up was very, very light, but slipping on the underneath. Yeah, we did. I managed that fairly cleanly. Okay, that's where the rear damage was. Very slight tap there, as we can see. Bit of bumping and rubbing behind. I really do hope that they sort out the wet weather driving and general real road system to be a bit more accurate, so they have wet lines. You don't use the curves like you can at the moment. Puddles actually cause aquaplaning, all that sort of thing. This is one of the areas now that I think is lacking in terms of simulation in comparison to other sims. That was a good first lap there. Thankfully that LMP2 was nicely out of the way. Lamborghini just going across the inside of the corner there. Oh me. So yeah, something happened to that Corvette up in front. That was the one that was ahead of us and I think disappeared. Try and keep an eye on them. Over the coming lap or two. Didn't mean to click that, sorry. All sorts of different lines. Yeah, so they just disappeared. There. There they are. There they're not. Frozen, so I'm assuming a disconnect for them. Wasn't necessarily figuring it out, it's just, it's awkward when you're kind of at that speed, because using first off the exit of this, you do get a good initial drive off. Second is definitely the gear to be in, but sometimes using first just helps hook you in a little bit more. Black Cell, I think Motec does. I need to give it a go because I think it would help greatly with setups. But I haven't actually tried it myself as of yet. Other people have been using Motec though. This is where we got that Lamborghini. A big mistake by them, and off into the gravel they went. But it seems like after, well, in and around now at the moment, everyone's just trying to figure out the circuit. And I enjoy wet weather driving, so I managed to get up to pace fairly quickly in that sense in comparison to others. I think. And then once the track started drying, the Mustang does seem to fare a little bit better in drier conditions, because we had a similar thing last week at Imola as well, where it was changeable conditions like this. Started off fairly wet, then started to go dry, and then when more rain came and it got wetter again. But in that period where it was drying out, it felt like I had the pace over other people. I don't know whether it's because the Mustang is better in the dry conditions in comparison to other cars, in comparison to, say, the wet conditions, or whether it's my knowledge and experience coming over from ACC in mixed and variable conditions and kind of being fairly comfortable there and that translating well. But I guess we shall see in the upcoming rounds if any of them are a bit drier. Hey Marius, plan on making track guides for LMU? I do indeed. I need to do the one track guide at Nords for ACC first, and then we'll probably start looking at the LMU track guides. Thing is, I'm probably going to wait until the physics have settled down a little bit more, because even with this latest tyre update, the braking points for the GT3s have slightly changed. They're not quite as late as they were previously. They're very, very close, but it feels like in some places the braking points have moved back a little bit, and obviously I don't want to go ahead and make a track guide and then physics change and the braking points be all wrong. So I want to do them because I want to make them for both the GT3s and the prototypes, and obviously the prototypes have yet to have the tyre updates, so I'd like to wait until they're done. But they are definitely in the video memory bank as something to do in the future. And yeah, the new tyre model's interesting and fun. I'm trying to work some things out with it, and I may potentially do a video. I know there's a few videos floating around with things to do to help improve, I guess, the overall feel on the new tyre model, or how to drive with the new tyre model. Excuse me, but there's a few things that I'm trialing and error, playing around with, trial and error. One of the things here in this race was camber. Obviously in fixed setups it's something that you can't adjust and fiddle with, but it feels like running minimum camber is potentially no longer the way to go. Whereas pre-patch you wanted to run pretty much minimum camber everywhere. Now it feels like you should be having some back in there. But yeah, hopefully we'll get round to doing a video on that at some point. Just trying to work things in and amongst real life stuff, because me and Alice are redecorating a flat at the moment, ready for some valuators to come in and take a look at the flat so we can put it on the market and think about moving house. So that's obviously main priority, then amongst other life things. Yes, I agree with you there, Amirius. You gotta very much underdrive the car. Ah, that's a real shame. But yeah, it's those subtle slides that really catch you out and are quite costly, whereas the larger ones are much easier to predict and gather. Anyway, that's round one this evening, which is really nice. Very happy with the podium there, especially from P9. Hopefully we can have ourselves another good race in round 2, which will be at Imola, and then Sebring is round 3, and then Kota is round 4. Just having a look at the overall standings, and we are in P8. Nice. Good. Good position to be in. And a good start to the season. Obviously, Thursday we've got the WEC experience. We will be at Spa, Francorchamps, for the second round on Thursday, and currently in that championship I am sat in P18. similar points, 255. I think we got 257 or something like that. 258 we scored in this point for this championship. But yeah, hopefully we can get ourselves back up onto the top 15, which is the first page of the overall standings, and continue to push on. But yeah, thank you very much everyone for tuning in this evening. Hope that you managed to stay cool if you're here in the UK, and if you're abroad enjoying the air conditioning, well, lucky you. But either way, I hope the rest of your week is pretty good, and look forward to hopefully seeing you again on Thursday. Until then though, have fun, stay safe, take care.